What's up, Knife Tube? It's Diamond Cut Steel, and you guys are going to learn something today. What are you going to learn today? You're going to learn how to sharpen freehand on a 1x6 stone. So, got one of these Ozark grills, brand spanking new one, that had a really bad factory edge. So, we're gonna fix that up. It's a gift knife for somebody. So we're going to cut that edge off, remove that most definitely burnt factory steel. Yeah, she'd be done for. So I just figured, I could have did it on the bench stones, but I was like, you know what? A lot of people probably struggle with sharpening on 1x6s, or don't know you can really freehand on a 1x6. Now, I do a lot of 1x6 sharpening stone in hand when I'm doing convexes. I can also keep a relatively straight, not completely flat, but close to it, a flat V bevel stone in hand, but it'll have mild convexing to it. I can't do it without getting some. But if I'm doing convexing, I'm going to guaranteed stone in hand, even 1x6 or a bench stone, doesn't matter. But you can definitely freehand on a 1x6. You just, it's realistically no different than freehanding on a 3x8. The only difference is, of course, you're working with a smaller. I can't fill this bevel, so I wanted about 20. It's going to be about right there. It's going to be about 20. Okay. So basically, you just progress just like you would on a 3x8, but you just make your sweep faster. It's really, no harder. I want to remove a little bit more steel on this, but you can most certainly freehand on your 1x6 stones. And like I said, it's not particularly harder, it's just a little different. See? And we have a full burr. Yes, sir, we do. We're going to go right to about 20 degrees, about right there. Let's flip that burr back. I'm using these Xarilk diamond plates. Just want to see how well they hold up. They're starting to wear. I don't think you'll get a lot of sharpenings on these, but surprisingly, they're not terrible starter stones. I probably already have a burr raised, but I'm going to remove a little extra steel to get rid of that some of that burnt edge. But don't be scared to try freehand on your 1x6s if that's all you have. You can do it. It's a little easier on bench stones. And here we are. feels like it. Yes, sir, Bob. Let's take this up to the 800 for him. I will say, I don't know if this is just I just got a good one, but I will say the first generation model I had was not done as nicely as this knife. This knife is actually pretty daggum decent. Rock solid, no blade play. My other one had a ton of it. Action's good on this one. Action was good on my other one too, but scales feel nicer on this one. This feels like a pretty daggum decent $10 knife. Now I'll be able to, let's see how the steel feels, because you know what, I really wasn't paying attention to that on the first stone. This one's also ground very thin too. Definitely thinner than my other one. Okay, 20 is going to be about right there. I will say the other one, the first generation one, feels harder than this one. Yeah, my first gen one feels a little harder than this one. 20 is going to be about right there. Let's knock that burr back. Now the thing is, on the very first one I got, I don't know. I don't really remember how it felt on the first sharpening. It's like had quite a few sharpenings on it, so this could just be them in burnt steel. I really can't say. And it could be burnt and giving me the illusion that it's softer than it actually is. Okay. Should we go to the 2000? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? This has been a fast video. I normally, this ain't for me. I would never take D2 for myself to no 2000, but for him I will. He'll probably like, I know most of the stuff he's cutting is cardboard, so he'll probably appreciate the little bit finer edge. Let's flip that burr back. About right there. bevel's just too small for me to be able to feel it lock against the stone. If it was on really flat, like vitrified stones or water stones, I could probably feel it, but on these diamond plates I can't. So I'm going by. My hand's pretty good at being able to know about what angle I'm at and being able to repeat that even without feeling the edge, lock against the stone. That's something that comes with thousands and thousands of sharpenings. Your hand just kind of knows what 20 degrees or 17 degrees is. Your wrist and hand know that. Okay. Let's see how it deburrs. The other one deburred quite nicely. I will say this 2000 plate is losing its bite very quickly. And that's just part of when you try to take diamond plates too fine. You take diamond plates to too fine of a grit, and the diamond's too small to actually be able to get in the electroplating and seated well, and you just have very fast wearing stones. Realistically, about 1200 is about as fine as you can actually go and have a stone that'll live for a while. But yeah, if you want to practice freehand and you don't have no bench stones, but you do have a fixed angle, don't be scared to do this. If you actually get good at sharpening on these 1x6s and then you actually do go over to a bench stone with all that room, you'll be much better, and you'll progress faster because you'll already be used to working on this rather tight, confined space, and then all of a sudden you'll have this big stone to work with. You can tell it's not wanting to let go of its burr really nicely. Not as nice as the other one, but again, that could be due to the burnt edge. Yeah, that could be in part the burnt edge. Also could be in part to having a ton of retained austenite. It's hard to say, but that's pretty nice. Definitely feel some burr on there though. Feeling pretty good. Couple, ow, cracked my damn ankle. Okay, let's make a few passes on a compoundless strop, slightly over angled to make sure we catch any of that burr. Okay. Let's see where we're at. Focus camera. Okay. By the way, if anybody needs any sharpening done, I am open. 1 day turnarounds. And 1 to 2 day, depends. But yeah, 1 to 2 day turnarounds where I'm at right now. Okay, now let's make a few passes on, and we'll go with some let's go with some 6 micron. We're going to go exactly at sharpening angle on basswood. Now I went a couple extra passes. I normally wouldn't do that. I wouldn't polish like that for the simple fact of it's D2 and I want most bite I can get. But being I know he does a lot of push cutting, I'll take the edge a little bit keener for him. It's a nice aggressive edge. But very, 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 very sticky sharp too. Now, let's take it a little bit finer for him. And again, on a knife that I'm going to use, I would never do this. I'm specifically going to do it because I know most of the cutting he's going to do is push cutting on cardboard and stuff. So let's take him to some 5 micron. Yeah, some 5 micron. Like I said, I would never do this on a knife for myself. But being most of the cutting he does is push cutting cardboard. That little extra keenness isn't going to hurt him. And that definitely is going to bring that keenness up quite a bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. a minute, slipped out of the paper. Hold on a second. We can, that definitely has cut easily. There we go. Yeah. But yet there's still some aggression to the edge. It's not, I didn't get it too slick. Yeah, that's a very good edge. Very sticky, but lots of bite still. This is about a perfect edge. It's a little finer than I would want it for myself. But, focus camera. What the hell? Did I miss it, the plunge? No. That was weird. There must have been some paper on the edge or something. Yeah. Oh, I think I just cut myself, damn it. Pretty sure I just cut myself. Anyways, nice aggressive edge. Did that cut me? Sure felt like it. Nice aggressive edge. Don't be scared to sharpen on some 1x6 stones if that's all you got. You know, it's easier to sharpen on a bench stone, yes. However, that doesn't mean you can't sharpen on 1x6s. It's a good place to learn, actually. So, I'm going to say the original Ozark Trail model I had is a harder steel, for sure. But that also could be due to this needing a few sharpenings worth of steel removed off of it. It's hard to say. This does feel like it's built better than the first runs. But, you know, if the steel's not done as well, then it don't matter. This one does feel thinner, that's for sure too. This should be a pretty nice cutting knife. Alright guys,